Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're exploring the top 5 most valuable USA Eisenhower dollar coins, iconic pieces that honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower and showcase America's pride and history. From rare mint marks to hidden varieties worth thousands, these coins tell powerful stories of the nation's past, and one of them might just be in your collection. First coin. The 1976 Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar stands as one of the most cherished commemorative coins in American numismatics, embodying both the pride of a nation and the artistry of its minting heritage. Struck to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the United States' independence, this coin has gained exceptional recognition among collectors for its design, symbolism, and nostalgic value. Despite being found in circulated or even very dirty condition today, the coin's historical resonance ensures its place as a sought-after collectible. Its demand has only grown with time, as fewer pristine examples remain, making it a treasured find for enthusiasts who appreciate both history and rarity wrapped in a single piece of copper-nickel alloy. Issued during one of America's most patriotic eras, the Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar was produced between 1975 and 1976, carrying the dual date 1776-1976 to honor the nation's founding. The D mint mark, located just below President Dwight D. Eisenhower's neck on the obverse, indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, a facility known for its high-volume yet precise production during that period. The release of the Bicentennial dollar coincided with national celebrations, parades, and renewed pride in American heritage, making it more than just currency. It became a cultural emblem. The Eisenhower series itself, first introduced in 1971, paid tribute to one of the most respected military leaders and presidents of the 20th century, linking modern America to both its founding and its contemporary leadership. What makes the Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar instantly recognizable is its striking design, which captures both historical reverence and artistic elegance. The obverse features a bold portrait of President Eisenhower, sculpted by Frank Gasparo, while the reverse, crafted by Dennis R. Williams, displays the majestic image of the Liberty Bell superimposed on the moon. This symbolic pairing celebrates the nation's revolutionary spirit and technological triumphs, bridging 1776 to the space age. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core, weighs 22.68 grams, and measures 38.1 millimeters in diameter. In higher grades, the proof-like surface and frosted details make it visually stunning, while even worn or tarnished examples retain undeniable character and authenticity. Rarity plays a defining role in the coin, desirability. While millions were minted, most circulated heavily, and only a small fraction survived in top condition or with distinctive varieties. Certain specimens show die cracks, off-center strikes, or subtle doubling on the obverse lettering, features that can significantly raise their appeal among error collectors. Additionally, coins struck with particularly strong strikes from fresh dies or those preserved untouched in government-issued mint sets tend to fetch premium prices. Even coins that appear dull or grimy may hide exceptional details once professionally cleaned and graded, making condition assessment an essential part of the collecting process. In today's numismatic market, the 1776 D Eisenhower dollar in very dirty or heavily circulated condition typically attracts modest interest, but well-preserved or rare error examples can command impressive sums. Certified pieces in mint state grades can reach around $1,200 to $3,800, depending on their visual quality, strike strength, and surface luster. Rare die varieties or exceptionally clean proofs occasionally touch the $4,500 mark at auction, reflecting the steady upward trend in demand for bicentennial coinage. Its price movement in recent years highlights growing appreciation for American commemoratives, particularly those tied to milestone historical events. For collectors eager to acquire this coin, patience and attention to detail are essential. Identifying genuine high-grade examples requires a keen eye. Look for sharp rim definition, intact luster, and minimal contact marks on the high points of Eisenhower's cheek and jawline. Reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC provide authentication and grading that not only confirm a coin's legitimacy, but also secure its long-term market value. Proper storage in airtight capsules or archival quality holders prevents further tarnishing, ensuring the coin retains both its visual beauty and collectible potential. The Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar is far more than a monetary relic. It is a symbol of unity, progress, and national achievement. Its dual-dated design connects 2 centuries of American pride, from the signing of the Declaration of Independence to the Apollo missions that placed humanity among the stars. For new collectors, it offers a tangible link to the past and an accessible entry into the world of U.S. commemorative coins. For experienced numismatists, it represents both nostalgia and enduring investment value. In essence, the 1776 1976 Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar remains a timeless piece of Americana, celebrated for its artistry, historical significance, and steady appreciation in the collecting world. Whether found tarnished in circulation or gleaming in a graded holder, its charm lies in the story it carries, a celebration of freedom, innovation, and the enduring legacy of a nation that continues to honor its heroes and milestones through the beauty of its coinage. Next coin. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar isn't just a piece of metal. It's a story of leadership, national pride, and technological transition in American coinage. As we explore its origins, features, and value, you'll see exactly why this coin remains one of the most intriguing modern collectibles in U.S. history. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar was introduced during a time of change for the United States Mint and the nation as a whole. It was the first dollar coin minted in the U.S. since 1935, created to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a war hero, statesman, and the 34th President of the United States. Additionally, it celebrated another major milestone, the Apollo 11 moon landing, a defining moment in human achievement. Authorized by Congress in 1970, production began in 1971 at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. This coin replaced the long-absent silver dollar with a new design suited for modern circulation, yet its hefty size and bold appearance gave it a nostalgic touch of the nation's coinage past. Though most were struck in copper-nickel for circulation, the San Francisco Mint produced special 40% silver-clad versions for collectors, making 1971 a landmark year in the evolution of U.S. dollars. The design of the Eisenhower dollar is both powerful and elegant. On the obverse side, you'll find a strong, realistic portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, facing left, a fitting tribute to one of America's most admired military and political figures. The artwork, created by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, perfectly captures Eisenhower's leadership and integrity. On the reverse, the design is truly special. An eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, with the Earth visible in the background, a direct nod to the Apollo 11 insignia. This imagery connects American history with human progress, combining peace, exploration, and national pride into a single masterpiece. The coin has a diameter of 38.1 millimeters and weighs about 22.68 grams, giving it a bold, commanding presence that reminds collectors of the grandeur of classic silver dollars. Rarity plays a major role in why some 1971 Eisenhower dollars are so highly valued. While millions were minted for general circulation, finding examples that remain in pristine or near-mint condition is a real challenge today. Most circulated heavily, accumulating nicks, scratches, and discoloration, and many that were stored improperly have developed tarnish or dirt, adding to their character but lowering their grade. The rarest pieces are the 1971 40% silver proofs and uncirculated strikes, especially those with deep cameo contrasts or near-flawless surfaces. Even minor minting variations, such as slight die polishing marks or weak strikes, are of interest to dedicated collectors. As a result, well-preserved coins or those with unique visual appeal stand out sharply in the market, especially when certified by trusted grading services. Among collectors, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar stands apart as a defining piece in the modern dollar series. It was the first coin of its kind to bridge the gap between traditional silver coins and the new copper-nickel era. Its bold design, historical symbolism, and relatively short production run before later redesigns make it an enduring favorite. Many enthusiasts view it as the last true, large-size American dollar, representing an era when coins carried real weight and personality. Its cultural value also lies in its connection to both Eisenhower's legacy and America's pioneering achievements in space exploration. Two powerful narratives that continue to resonate strongly among collectors and historians alike. In the current market, values for the 1971 Eisenhower dollar can vary widely depending on type, condition, and rarity. Circulated examples often trade between $850 and $1,200, particularly if they show minimal damage or retain much of their original detail despite being dirty or aged. Uncirculated or proof silver-clad versions from the San Francisco Mint can fetch between $2,000 and $3,800, while exceptional deep cameo proofs or high-grade examples certified by PCGS or NGC may reach up to around $4,600. The appeal of these coins continues to grow as more collectors seek well-preserved early Eisenhower issues, making them a steady and rewarding addition to any serious collection. For anyone looking to collect this historic coin, a few practical tips can make a big difference. Always prioritize condition and authenticity. A coin's surface quality and strike clarity can dramatically affect its value. Look for sharp details in Eisenhower's hair and the eagle's wings on the reverse, as these are common weak points in worn strikes. Consider investing in certified coins graded by reputable services, as this ensures legitimacy and helps preserve long-term resale value. If you find a dirty or tarnished coin, avoid harsh cleaning, as it can damage the surface and reduce its worth. Instead, store your coins in airtight holders or capsules to prevent further corrosion. You can often find high-quality examples through trusted dealers, numismatic auctions, or estate collections specializing in 20th-century U.S. currency. In conclusion, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar coin is far more than a piece of change. It's a bridge between America's proud past and its visionary future. Its design captures both the strength of a great leader and the wonder of the space age, making it one of the most meaningful modern coins ever struck by the U.S. Mint. Whether found in a dirty, well-worn state or shining in pristine condition, it tells a story of heritage, innovation, and national pride. For collectors, this coin remains a rewarding find and a lasting tribute to one of America's most transformative eras. Stay tuned, because up next, we'll be exploring another fascinating U.S. coin that could be hiding in your pocket change, and it might just surprise you with its incredible value. Third coin. Among the expansive and historically rich series of modern U.S. coinage, the 1972 Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar holds a particularly enigmatic and compelling position for specialists. While the bicentennial design was mass-produced for circulation from 1975 to 1976, the 1972 issue represents a fascinating and valuable precursor, a one-year type coin that was never intended for general circulation. Its appeal lies in this paradoxical nature. It bears the standard 1972 date with the dual date 1776-1976 bicentennial reverse, making it a one-of-a-kind issue that captures a moment of national anticipation. Collectors vigorously seek this coin, not for its abundance, but for its specific context as the very first bicentennial-struck dollar, a numismatic prototype that heralded a multi-year celebration. The market demand is consistently strong, driven by series completists and historians who understand its unique role in the Eisenhower dollar narrative, ensuring its status as a key-date issue despite its relatively recent vintage. The historical context of this coin is deeply intertwined with the nation's preparation for its 200th birthday. In the early 1970s, the U.S. Mint began planning for a suite of special circulating coins to commemorate the bicentennial. A public competition was held for the reverse designs of the quarter, half dollar and dollar. The winning design for the dollar, by Dennis R. Williams, features the Liberty Bell superimposed on the moon, a symbolic nod to both American independence and the recent Apollo 11 mission. The 1972 D was struck at the Denver Mint as a test piece and a special uncirculated offering for collectors, serving as a trial run for the new reverse design that would not appear in circulation for another 3 years. This makes the 1972 D a commemorative issue for an event that was still several years away, a numismatic anomaly that forever links it to the patriotic fervor of the mid-1970s, while being firmly planted in the earlier part of the decade. This coin's unique features are a study in patriotic symbolism. The obverse retains the familiar portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower by chief engraver Frank Gasparo. The reverse, however, is what defines it. The Liberty Bell and the moon are rendered with crisp detail, with the dual date, 1776-1976, prominently displayed below the bell. A key distinguishing feature of all bicentennial dollars, including the 1972 D, is the lettering on the edge. It is reeded, unlike the lettered edge of the earlier Eisenhower dollars, a necessary change to accommodate the new clad composition. Struck on a copper-nickel clad planchet, it possesses the standard 38.1 diameter and weight of the series. In high-grade conditions, the coin's luster should be satiny, and the details of the moon's craters and the cracks on the Liberty Bell should be sharply defined, creating a visually striking piece that merges 18th century iconography with 20th century space-age ambition. The rarity of the 1972 D bicentennial dollar is not derived from a low mintage figure in the absolute sense, but from its survival in high grades and its status as a distinct one-year type coin. While millions were struck, the vast majority were purchased by collectors and have been preserved in collections, yet the number of examples that have survived in truly superb gem condition is considerably smaller. The very dirty condition mentioned in the prompt is a critical factor. Such environmental damage or heavy tunning can significantly obscure the design details and original luster, dramatically impacting its value and appeal. For this issue, condition is paramount. A specimen graded MS-60 is relatively common, but the population thins considerably at the MS-65 level and becomes genuinely scarce in grades of MS-66 and above. This condition-sensitive rarity is what fuels the pursuit for pristine examples and creates a wide valuation gap between a circulated or impaired coin and a premium gem. When assessing the market value of this coin, the condition is the ultimate arbiter of price. A 1972 D bicentennial dollar in a lower mint state grade, such as MS-60 to MS-62, might trade in the $15 to $40 range, a reflection of its availability in well-preserved but not exceptional states. However, as the grade climbs, so does the value exponentially. A coin certified MS-65 can command a price between $150 and $300, while a superb gem, MS-66, might see prices ranging from $600 to over $900. The true pinnacle of the series, the conditionally rare MS-67 examples, represent the most expensive and valuable tier. For a standard 1972D in this elite grade, auction results and dealer asking prices firmly reside in the $2,000 to $4,000 bracket, with exceptional tunning or pedigree, sometimes pushing the final price even higher. A very dirty example would fall to the very bottom of this valuation spectrum, likely worth only a small premium over its silver-clad counterparts, unless it can be conserved without causing further harm. For collectors aiming to acquire a high-value example, a strategic and informed approach is essential. The first and most critical step is to seek coins that have been certified and encapsulated by major grading services like PCGS or NGC. This provides a guarantee of authenticity and an unbiased assessment of condition, which is vital for a coin where value is so heavily dependent on grade. When examining a raw coin, one should look for full, original luster, clean surfaces free of heavy bag marks, especially on Ike's cheek and the high points of the reverse, and sharp strikes on the moon's surface and the bell's details. Acquiring such a coin typically involves monitoring major numismatic auction houses, establishing relationships with reputable dealers who specialize in modern U.S. coinage, or participating in dedicated online numismatic communities and marketplaces. Proper storage in a climate-controlled environment, away from PVC and other contaminants, is non-negotiable to preserve the coin's state and future value. In conclusion, the 1972 Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar is far more than just a commemorative coin. It is a historic first strike that captures a nation on the cusp of a grand celebration. Its value is a multifaceted blend of its historical significance as a prototype, its one-year type status, and its challenging condition rarity at the highest levels of preservation. For the discerning collector, it represents a cornerstone of the Eisenhower dollar series, a piece that offers substantial aesthetic, historical, and investment merit. While a damaged or heavily soiled example serves as an affordable entry into this history, a premium gem specimen represents a blue-chip numismatic asset with a proven track record of appreciation and enduring demand. Its appeal is secure, promising to captivate both new enthusiasts and seasoned veterans for generations to come. Next coin. The ultra-rare 1974 Eisenhower dollar struck on a 40% silver planchet error. This bad boy, even in very dirty condition, packs a punch that could redefine your collection. Buckle up as we journey through its story, from minting mishaps to modern-day windfalls. Let's get into it. Imagine holding a coin that's not just money, but a snapshot of American grit and glory, born from the space race's triumphant echo and a freak accident at the Denver Mint. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar, or Ike, as collectors affectionately call it, earns its spot in the Hall of Fame for being an unassuming giant in the Eisenhower dollar series. The short-lived but legendary run of large-format dollars from 1971 to 1978, honoring our 34th president, Dwight D. Eisenhower. What makes this particular variety collectible isn't just its size or silver surprise. It's the sheer improbability of its existence. Struck on a wrong planchet, a 40% silver core meant for San Francisco's proof coins but sneaked into Denver's clad production. This error turns a common dollar into a one-in-a-million anomaly. Collectors chase it not for perfection, but for the thrill of owning a piece of minting history that whispers, "What if?" In a sea of billions of circulated Ike's worth pocket change, this error stands as a beacon for those who crave the extraordinary, proving that rarity trumps routine every time. It's the coin that reminds us, even the mightiest empires have their slip-ups, and those slip-ups can be worth a fortune. To truly appreciate this silver-streaked rebel, we need to rewind to 1974, a year when America was shaking off the shadows of Watergate, grooving to disco beats, and still basking in the moonwalk's afterglow just 5 years prior. The Eisenhower dollar series itself was Congress's bold experiment to revive the large dollar coin, discontinued since the 1930s, partly to honor Ike's legacy as both a WWII hero and space visionary who greenlit NASA's Apollo program. That year, the Denver Mint churned out over 25 million standard copper-nickel-clad Ikes, but unbeknownst to the workers, a tiny shipment of silver planchets, intended for the San Francisco Mint's collector-proof sets, hitched a ride eastward. Historians speculate it was a labeling mix-up or a hurried trucker's oversight, but the result? Only an estimated 10 to 30 of these silver-clad errors slipped through the dies before the anomaly was caught. Minting context was tense too. Post-Vietnam inflation had the Treasury experimenting with coin compositions, and the Ike dollar was already a tough sell in vending machines due to its hefty 38.6 diameter. Yet this error embodies the era's innovative spirit gone awry, a metallic metaphor for America's resilient, error-prone pursuit of the stars. It's not just a coin. It's a time capsule of 1970s ambition, flaws and all. Now, let's flip this silver surprise under the loupe and dissect its artistic armor, because beauty in numismatics isn't skin-deep. It's etched in every ridge and relief. On the obverse, Frank Gasparo's masterful portrait of Eisenhower dominates, capturing Ike's stern yet grandfatherly gaze with those iconic furrowed brows and a subtle smile that hints at his dry wit. The raised lettering arcs liberty above, with "In God W.E. Trust" tucked neatly to the right, and the date 1974 perched below like a quiet signature. But here's where the magic and the error kicks in. That D mint mark, tiny and unassuming under Ike's neck, signals Denver's handiwork, yet the coin's weight tips the scales at 24 grams instead of the standard 22.68, thanks to the silver core gleaming beneath. Turn it over to the reverse, and you're greeted by Gasparo's cosmic tribute. A majestic eagle alighting on the moon's surface, wings spread in lunar dust, clutching an olive branch of peace while the earth rises dramatically in the background like a blue marble beacon. United States of America banners the top, $1 anchors the bottom, and 13 stars, echoing the original colonies, frame the scene in a starry halo. Unique to the 1970 1197 for reverses, this design fuses presidential homage with Apollo 11's triumph. But on this era coin, the silver planchet lends an otherworldly luster, even if dirtied by decades of circulation. Every detail screams artistry meets accident, making it a dual-sided masterpiece that demands to be held, not just viewed. Rarity is the lifeblood of any collectible, and for this 1974 D silver planchet Ike, it's rarer than an honest politician in an election year. Survival in any condition is the stuff of legends. With only 10 to 30 believed to exist out of Denver's massive 25 million mintage, these errors were mostly scooped up in change jars or pocket lint, dooming many to the grinder of everyday wear. But here's the kicker. Even in very dirty condition, think heavy bag marks, environmental tunning, or that gritty patina from years in a humid basement, these coins endure as holy grails because the error itself is the star. Low-grade survivors, graded perhaps VF20 or even lower by PCGS or NGC, still command attention since cleaning attempts could strip the delicate silver edge, turning treasure to trash. Factors like survival rate plummet further due to the Ike's unpopularity in commerce. Folks hoarded them thinking they'd vanish, but most clad versions melted into obscurity, leaving errors like this one to shine solo. In specific conditions, a very dirty example might show uneven strikes or postment damage from rough handling, yet that authenticity only amps the allure. It's proof this coin lived a real life, not a pampered one in a slab. Numismatists debate exact populations, but auction records whisper of fewer than 20 certified, making each find a pulse-pounding discovery that could rewrite your financial folklore. What elevates this dirty Ike from quirky outlier to collector catnip is the insatiable demand pulsing through the Eisenhower series, where it reigns as the undisputed king of errors. The broader Ike lineup, spanning 7 years of transitional designs and bicentennial flair, draws enthusiasts for its bold size and moon landing motif, but varieties like the 1972 Type 2 or 1973 S copper misstrikes pale next to this silver interloper's audacity. Collectors flock to it because it bridges the gap between everyday affordability and high-stakes rarity. It's the unicorn in the wild that seasoned stackers dream of unearthing at a coin show or garage sale, outshining even the silver proofs in raw excitement. Demand surges from error aficionados who prioritize minting blunders over pristine gems, and institutional buyers, museums and funds, covet it for its narrative punch, a symbol of human error in an age of mechanical precision. In the Ike pantheon, where most circulated pieces scrape by at face value, this 1974D stands out as the rebel yell, fueling online forums, club debates, and record-breaking bids. It's not just collectible, it's conversational gold, sparking tales of the one that got away, and turning quiet hobbyists into animated storytellers around the display case. Diving into the dollars and cents, because let's face it, that's why we're here. This 1974D silver planchet error in very dirty condition isn't chasing six figures, but it's no slouch either, with market values that could fund a family vacation or jumpstart a nest egg. As of late 2025, auction data from Heritage and Great Collections pegs low-end, heavily circulated examples, say, those with significant dirt, scratches, and tunning in AG3 to G4 grades, at around $1,200 on the conservative side, reflecting the error's undeniable pull despite cosmetic woes. Step up to VF details where the eagle's feathers still peek through the grime, and you're looking at $2,000 to $3,000 as buyers weigh the silver content, about 0.316 troy ounces, against the historical premium. For the sweet spot of dirty but detailed survivors in fine 15 territory, prices climb to $3,500, with outliers hitting $4,200 when provenance traces back to early finds or includes original packaging hints. These figures adjust with silver spot prices, currently hovering near $32 an ounce, and economic vibes, but the floor holds firm thanks to the sub-30 population. Compare that to a garden variety 1974D at under $2, and you see why this error flips the script. Condition matters, but rarity rules. Always cross-check with PCGS population reports or recent eBay comps, but rest assured, even a filthy Ike like this could eclipse your rent check. If you're itching to hunt one down, arm yourself with wisdom sharper than a fresh die. Collecting these silver phantoms demands patience, precision, and a keen eye for the unpolished. Start by zeroing in on condition as your North Star. Even in very dirty states, prioritize natural patina over clean surfaces, as aggressive polishing erodes the error's proof and tanks value by 50% or more. Let that authentic grime tell its story. Grading is non-negotiable. Submit suspects to PCGS or NGC for official slabs that verify the silver core via weight, 24G+, and edge inspection, turning a maybe into a certified moneymaker. Luster might be muted under the dirt, but seek subtle cartwheel effects on the moon's surface. They hint at the planchet's premium origins and boost appeal. Color plays king here. Earthy browns from tunning add character, but avoid corrosive greens that scream improper storage. Where to scout? Estate auctions and old bank bags top the list for circulated sleepers, while coin shows and online forums like CoinTalk yield leads from flippers unloading lots. Pro tip: weigh every 1974D you spy. Anything over 23 grams screams potential, and magnet test for that non-magnetic silver vibe. With diligence, you could snag one for under retail, transforming a dusty drawer dive into dynasty-building delight. In wrapping this lunar leap of a tale, the 1974D Eisenhower dollar silver planchet era emerges not just as a coin, but as a cornerstone of numismatic allure. Its ultra-rarity, with fewer than 30 survivors, cements it as a must-have for portfolios craving cosmic cachet. Even in very dirty condition, it embodies the Eisenhower series' enduring charm. Big, bold, and brimming with unintended brilliance, appealing to greenhorn gazers mesmerized by its moonlit reverse and veteran vault keepers who relish the error-hunting edge. This Ike isn't for the faint of wallet or heart. It's a rallying cry for collectors who bet on the bold, proving that true value lies in the stories etched beneath the surface grime. Whether you're stacking for sentiment or profit, owning one whispers of America's starry-eyed stumbles and soaring successes, a timeless ticket to the collector's cosmos. And hey, if this silver surprise has you starry-eyed for more minting miracles, stick around. Next week, we're blasting off to the shadowy world of the 1969 double-die Lincoln cent, a copper culprit worth up to $50,000 that could be hiding in your change right now. Drop a comment. What's your wildest coin find? See you then. Happy hunting. Last coin. The 1977 Eisenhower dollar holds a fascinating place in American numismatic history, standing as one of the last large-sized dollar coins ever struck for circulation in the United States. Collectors today recognize it not only for its bold design and tribute to President Dwight D. Eisenhower, but also for its place in closing an era of substantial copper-nickel dollar coinage before the introduction of the smaller Susan B. Anthony series in 1979. Even in a very dirty or heavily circulated condition, the 1977 Eisenhower dollar maintains a certain appeal, particularly when it carries unique minting characteristics or is from a low mintage batch. Enthusiasts continue to seek out this coin due to its connection with a pivotal period in American coinage history and its enduring aesthetic appeal. When the U.S. Mint released the 1977 Eisenhower dollar, it was nearing the end of a short yet influential series that began in 1971. The coin did not commemorate a specific event as earlier bicentennial issues had, but it still symbolized a sense of national continuity after the patriotic fervor of 1976. Minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver facilities, with no silver versions issued that year, the coin reflects the transitional stage in U.S. minting priorities, shifting from silver to copper-nickel-clad compositions. The series itself honored President Eisenhower's contributions as both a wartime general and a post-war leader, while its earlier bicentennial design variants celebrated America's 200th birthday. By 1977, the dollar had evolved into more of a collectible item than a coin commonly seen in pocket change, marking its growing numismatic significance. The 1977 Eisenhower dollar's design continues to captivate collectors for its simplicity and symbolism. The obverse displays the dignified profile of President Eisenhower, crafted by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, capturing the president's calm yet resolute expression. On the reverse, Gasparo's adaptation of the Apollo 11 mission insignia features an American eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, a tribute to peace and achievement. Struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, the coin measures 38.1 millimeters in diameter and weighs about 22.68 grams, making it one of the heaviest modern U.S. coins. These large, bold features lend the Eisenhower dollar its distinctive presence, and in high-grade examples, the clarity of detail on the eagle's wings and the lunar surface can be breathtaking. Despite its relatively high mintage, the 1977 Eisenhower dollar has become rare in certain conditions and varieties. Most surviving examples circulated heavily, developing scratches, dull surfaces, or heavy dirt deposits. Only a small fraction of these coins remain in pristine or uncirculated condition. Collectors particularly value coins that exhibit sharp strikes, minimal bag marks, and bright original luster. Even coins in very dirty or heavily worn states can attract interest when they display minting errors, such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or doubled lettering. These error varieties can elevate a coin's value dramatically, depending on their visibility and preservation. In today's numismatic market, a clean, well-preserved 1977 Eisenhower dollar can fetch impressive prices. Standard circulated examples may trade for around $700, while sharply struck uncirculated pieces graded MS-65 or above can reach $2,800 or more. Coins displaying unusual errors or exceptional tunning patterns can push values even higher, with some recorded sales exceeding $4,600 for particularly rare or eye-catching examples. The coin's value is bolstered by steady collector demand, and its status as the final, regular issue, large Eisenhower dollar before the design's replacement. Over the past decade, prices have trended upward, reflecting growing appreciation for mid-1970s American coinage and the nostalgia attached to the Eisenhower series. For collectors seeking to acquire a 1977 Eisenhower dollar, careful examination and verification are essential. It is highly recommended to buy coins certified by reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC, which confirm authenticity and condition. Collectors should inspect for full strikes on Eisenhower's hair and the eagle's wing feathers, key indicators of quality. Coins should be stored in airtight holders or protective slabs to prevent further tarnish or environmental damage, especially when found in very dirty or corroded condition. Auction platforms, numismatic shows, and trusted coin dealers often provide the best opportunities to discover genuinely collectible examples. While not as rare as its 1976 Bicentennial counterpart, the 1977 Eisenhower dollar has built a loyal following among modern collectors. Its impressive size, patriotic design, and historical resonance continue to inspire interest from both seasoned investors and those new to coin collecting. For many, this coin represents the closing chapter of America's traditional dollar coinage, large, bold, and deeply tied to national identity. Even coins that appear worn or tarnished can tell their own story of decades in circulation, passing through countless hands before landing in a collector's care. Ultimately, the 1977 Eisenhower dollar endures as a symbol of post-war American strength, technological progress, and the enduring appeal of numismatic history. Its design connects the nation's past triumphs to its future aspirations, while its market value reflects the steady admiration it commands within the collector community. Whether found in a dusty old collection or shining in a certified holder, this coin's combination of history, artistry, and tangible worth makes it one of the most fascinating modern U.S. dollars to own, an enduring reminder of an era that shaped the modern face of American coinage.